Welcome back to the Division 2. In this video I want to talk to you about a video I have recently watched from Rogue Gold, and that is about basically the division is going to be massive in 2023 and basically what they are doing to the game and the universe in general. I'm not going to be covering everything the division. I'm just going to be covering the Division 2. Heartland will be covered on the channel. I'm not going anywhere near that mobile game they're releasing. And then if there is ever a Division 3, which I highly doubt, then I'll be covering that as well. But Rogue Gold did an interview with Yannick. Yannick is the creative director of the Division 2. He's the one that's basically in charge of what happens. Or that's what I understand from the stuff that I've heard over the years. Now, during this interview, I believe it was just before Season 9 come out, or just after Season 9 or something like that, Yannick claimed that Season 11 is going to be better than Season 9. Season 9 was a brilliant season. They did the typical stuff, there was nothing new to it, but the final manhunt was really, really good. And Yannick is claiming that Season 11 is going to be bigger and better. There's going to be, story-wise at least, is going to be better than Season 9. And Season 9 was the best season story-wise that we've had for a very long time. And one thing to note is that if I had listened to the interview, if the interview was released or whatever, if people knew about this interview, then they would have known that Season 10 was going to be a load of rubbish. Because when you're talking about Season 9, say Season 9's just finished, you're talking about Season 9, the story was great, and then you mention Season 11 and nothing about Season 10? It's a little bit fishy. Why has there been a lot of effort in 9, a lot of effort in 11, but nothing in 10? The only thing Season 10 did was bring more bugs to the game. They actually delayed the final manhunt mission with General Anderson, and in terms of its story, it's just full of, it was left on a cliffhanger. Basically, they just teased and teased and teased. Season 10 was one of the worst seasons I've ever played. Season 9 was one of the best. I don't like their seasonal format. I really don't like the fact that that's basically all we get year in, year out with this game. But, to be fair to the seasons, Season 9 was brilliant, Season 10 sucked, and I'm hoping Yannick is right about Season 11, and I'm hoping it's going to be really good, because apparently this interview was before they knew they were doing a Year 5, so you would think they would go out with a bang or something like that. You would think they would put a lot of effort into it to end the game, to end its lifespan sort of thing. But it all depends how the developers are feeling, what they can come up with in terms of being creative and thinking of story stuff. And then not only that, they are changing from a continuation in the seasons, so we've gone Season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah, 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 up to now Seasons 9, 10, and 11. Instead of seeing Season 12, they're gonna start, resetting it every year. So you'd have Year 5, Season 1, which is going to be the season that runs after 11, and then it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you'll get, if they do continue with the game, you'll get Year 6, Season 1. So they're going to just reset the numbers every single year if they continue with this game for multiple years. I would say I can't see it happening, but the fact that it's been going on for 5 years is enough already. I honestly thought they would have moved on to the Division 3 by now, but it seems as though Ubisoft just want more and more of this seasonal stuff. I don't know their figures or anything like that. I don't know how many people are playing this game at the moment. I don't know how many people are spending money on the game at the moment. But there's got to be something in it for Ubisoft, because they wouldn't fund stuff like this otherwise. I don't know how much longer the Division 2 is going to carry on for, but it would be nice to see them eventually at some point steer away from seasons. And I can't stand seasons in games. It's just it's the live service plague. They just create seasons and new stuff comes in once every 3 months if it's not delayed, and you're just running the same stuff over and over and over again for nothing different. There's a little bit of story to them, but that's all you get. The game modes and stuff, I don't think they're actually included in the seasons. It's not play through a month of Season 4 and you get this new game mode and all that sort of stuff. I think that's just released as new content. So I would like to at some point see the seasons completely disappear. Because the game never started like that. It was only after Warlords that stuff started. I think an expansion for this game would be brilliant if they're not going to do a Division 3. Give players something that they can actually play on the game that's not something they've run for 150 hours already. And I mean, even if they're not going to drop the seasons, just like create some new global events or something. Like bring something fresh into this game. I think the only reason this game is still going, the only reason Ubisoft are still funding it and players are still playing is, I've said it a million times before, it's a one-of-a-kind game. You can't go out there and play anything like the Division 2 unless it is the Division 2. And obviously they've got the Division 1, the players love that for their own reasons. I personally think in a lot of ways the Division 1 is better than the Division 2. The Division 2's got its perks, but I think the Division 1's way more enjoyable in a lot of senses now, just because of how much they've lacked with any substantial content coming to the game or anything like that at all. So yeah, apparently this year is going to be explosive for the Division 2. I can't see it happening. I've got high expectations for the story now in Season 11. They better bring something really, really good. But I see it not being any better than Season 9, if I'm completely honest. I feel Season 9 was the peak of their story writing ability, because they did really well with the initial story in this game. Then it comes to the end game, they didn't bother with anything else. Then Season 9, they brought it back, they showed that they can create good story. Then Season 10 was just the complete opposite. Like, basically on one side, you've got Season 9 amazing, you've got Season 10, like, dreadful, terrible. I'm hoping Season 11 is over on at least the Season 9 side of things. I can't see it being much better, but I don't know what they've got up their sleeves. Anything can happen. But yeah, from what I've heard, the Division 2 is going to be explosive in 2023. Season 11 is going to be really good. So we are just going to have to wait and see. I believe Season 11 is dropping at some point in February. I'm not 100% sure on the dates or anything like that. They haven't really done much announcing. I believe we'll be getting a PTS for Title Update 17. But that is going to do it for this video. Check out this video if you want to see other content on the channel. I will see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.